everyone, and welcome to my channel, Upside of 60. I'm outside and I try, being outside most of the time since it's spring out here in Michigan. And so you'll hear a lot of noise. People are mowing the lawn. It's great to see the grass looking so green and people taking care of their yards. The gardens out here are beautifully manicured, and it's always a pleasant walk or a run to see all these beautiful gardens. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe, like the videos, comment and share so that the community can grow. Here we are a community of women who are embracing their age and growing every day beautifully and gracefully. So welcome. We share stories about our successes being women, professional successes, businesses, raising children, wealth and our health, and also share stories of our failures and everything in between. So welcome. So something happened this morning that led me to think that, well, this is an opportunity for another conversation where we share and help each other navigate, life. As you know, I'm here in America, and I will be getting back home after I've helped my oldest daughter, who has a new grandbaby. I'm a grandmother of 10, by the way, and I'm grateful to have a family that is growing, and I'm happy to be enjoying these days with my grandchildren. So what happened was I needed to change my flight day because I'm going to be getting home a little bit earlier than I had planned. There are so many things that are waiting for me to take care of at home. So I needed to change my flight. So I started that process on Friday. I called the airline, and I'm going to talk about the airline, Ethiopian Airlines, because they've been good to me today. So let's share. It's about gratitude. So I called them on Friday, told them I was trying to get online to change my ticket, and I was not able to. There was an error message. There was a message that was strange to me that was appearing. So someone was helping me. The young man was helping me, and he said, you know what, there's something bizarre happening here. You said you flew, right, from Bulawayo? I said, yes, I did. And he says, well, it appears as if you did not fly. That's how the system is showing. So upon having a few minutes of conversation, I then remembered that the day that I flew from Bulawayo, I think I was at the counter when all the computers went down. So the staff at the Joshua Mkabuko airport were not able to process us using the computers. They tried all they could to get the computers running again, and it didn't happen. So we were all checked in manually. But somewhere, technology here is somewhere in between, that information was never processed that we flew. So the young man said to me, well, I need 24 hours. We will get this resolved, and then we will call you back and then do your change. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was patient. It was the weekend, and today it's a Monday, and I decided I needed to have this resolved. Time is moving. I don't want to be scrambling the last minute with a ticket change. So I called the airline, and someone at customer service, let me go to the name because she was so good to me. So I do need to give her a shout out. She was attending to me, and I told her what I needed to do. And I didn't tell her the story about Friday and the conversation because I thought it had been resolved. And her name is Miran. I No, I'm not pronouncing it right, but it's spelled Meron. Thank you so much for your gentleness, for your thorough investigation and helping me to get my ticket issue resolved, which you finally booked me on the date that I have chosen. So shout out to you, and a good shout out to Ethiopian Airlines. It's always good to acknowledge when something good happens. So long story short, while I was on the phone, my mind started going everywhere. I was getting angry that, I called this airline, and I thought they promised that the issue would be resolved, and it's not resolved. And I feel like I have to explain myself out on what happened. So I'm creating all this drama in my head. And at some point I thought, you know what? Stop it. There are certain things that you cannot change. There are certain things that you have no control over. And there are certain things that you just need to let go and let things resolve themselves. Somehow things would work out or will work out. So I stayed on the phone. She came back and she asked me a few questions. Well, it appears you didn't fly. I said I flew. Okay, let me get back and talk to my supervisor. It's almost like the same process on Friday. But she did come back and said, you know what? I think we've resolved it. I should be able to change your ticket. And she put me on hold again. And while all this is happening, my patience is going up and down, up and down. I'm like, where am I going to end up with this? It's a ticket that I purchased, and I don't expect to be buying another ticket because of an error not on my side. Finally, she came back, Meron. I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. She came back and she said, ma'am, I can finally complete your change of the ticket. The moral of my story is, in life, as we go through life, there are things that happen to us, to our children, to our family members, to colleagues, to friends, and some things we have absolute no control, absolutely no control of what happens, how things pan out, and even sometimes the final resolve of the situation. My situation was resolved to my favor, thank goodness. But there are certain things that don't get resolved the way we want to. So let me just talk about a few things that I wanted to just, relate to what just happened to me, where you end up having to let go and let universe take control. We love our children dearly. We want our children, all of them, to succeed. We want them to do well in school. We want them to have good jobs, good careers, everything. We dream about how our children are going to turn out to be. We put them on a higher pedestal. We put our imagination, our dreams, maybe even the things that we didn't achieve, we want our children to achieve. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes that is not the outcome that we end up with. We end up with a lot of pain, a lot of aching, a lot of disappointment. And yes, we do end up with a lot of successes. And the success might not be what you envisioned. It might be a completely different direction in which your child, your husband, your sister, your friend has taken. Nothing that you even imagined, but it is still a success. So we need to learn to let go and celebrate those successes. In everything that we do, I think once we incorporate gratitude, being content with where we are, what is going on in our lives, being able to say, this is my gift for the day, this is what I have been given by universe, and it may be painful, but I will find a way to make myself live with the situation the best way I know how. But being grateful that you have a chance to have that child, that career, that friend, those relationships, even though they have the ups and downs, the curves, the bends, you still need to have that gratitude attitude. I was telling myself in my head once I figured, I don't have control of what's going on. I'm grateful that I was able to fly. The flight was very good. I was comfortable. I got to London, spent time with family, and then proceeded to America. Now I'm heading back, and I'll be heading back to Africa using the same airline. So that's what I was focusing on. I don't know how this is going to be resolved, but I know I will be able to fly. It made it easier for me. And when this lady came back on the phone, I was a lot more relaxed, and I worked with her. I answered her questions, and for sure, we ended up with a resolution. Your career pathway can take a turn in the good or in the bad. You may have seen yourself grinding and climbing that corporate ladder, and then suddenly something happens and you cannot. Maybe you get sidelined. Maybe your position is dissolved in the company. Something happens that you didn't anticipate, and instead of holding on to the anger, why has this happened to me? If you look back and see the good things that have been happening to you career-wise, you'll see a lot of goodness. And maybe that is that hidden opportunity for you to fly, to do something else different that has just come up because that position is closed for you. So if you let go and allow yourself to feel the disappointment, feel the sadness, but then dig deeper and find that peace of mind. It is what it is, and something better is waiting for me. When I was growing up, my career pathway was supposed to have gone this way. I finished my general nursing. I was supposed to do my midwifery training, then psychiatry, then community health nursing, then administration. And I wanted to be a nurse tutor. That's what we called them. Matuta Edu from the School of Nursing. They were always looking so sharp. Their uniforms I admired. There was one particular tutor that I really admired. She had all these nyembe, all these accolades. She carried herself very well, and she had those bars: psychiatry, midwifery, community health, administration. And I said, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. But my life took a different road. Got married, had children, moved away from the country, started traveling here, there, and everywhere, and ended up in North America. That dream of being a tutor, a teacher in Zimbabwe, it changed. But an opportunity was waiting for me in the company that I worked for a very long time. I started teaching. I trained staff. I was a leader, a team lead, supervising, leading other professionals in our daily work. That was a different role. That's not the one that I envisioned myself being in, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It opened my nursing career path to something that I never thought I would be doing in my life. So I enjoyed it. I embraced it. But I still had that pang of disappointment because I saw myself in that role as a teacher of other nurses, of new nurses. And it didn't happen, but I still taught. I was still a teacher. So looking at it, when I look back in the mirror, in the rearview mirror, I say, well, my journey as a professional nurse did not take the course that I envisioned, but I still am grateful for the path that it took. So that's something that I just thought, I think this is another thing that I am being shown by universe. where you need to just take a moment, calm down, look at the situation, and then you know something might change, maybe for the better. And take it easy on yourself. Don't be too angry. Don't be too mad at everything and everybody, because that anger, that angry person is you, and it eats you. It makes you not look at the positive things that are all over around you, and the focus becomes the negative. Open yourself up to saying, you know what, I need to surrender for a moment and allow universe to guide me. Allow myself to have a resolution to this complicated problem. But whatever happens, I will remain calm. I will be grateful. I am still in one piece, and there is also tomorrow. But before I calmed myself down, I was already imagining myself being forced to buy another ticket, creating a whole drama when it wasn't even necessary. So as you go through life, when things don't work out the way you envisioned, the way you thought they should work out, just take a moment, calm down, take a deep breath. Don't punish yourself by being mad and angry and wanting things to turn out exactly as you have been thinking, because maybe it won't. When you have that moment where you've said, taken a deep breath, let the universe guide me. Somewhere, somehow, a new pathway is gonna open up for you. And something good, something comfortable, something worth celebrating will come your way. So I hope this conversation helps someone out there. These stories that I'm sharing are experiences that some of you have had. So share them back to me so we can continue to help each other. The young girls, the young ladies, join the conversation. This is something that I really would love to be able to empower the young. I know one of my subscribers was saying that the channel is excluding them. No, the channel is actually geared to be able to let the young generation of women see where some of us have erred and correct those mistakes that we have made in their own lives, so they don't have to go through what we went through. So please join the conversation, share the videos, comment, subscribe, and I will be seeing you on the next video, where we share wisdom, where we share life experiences and enjoy each other's company. Till the next time, it's goodbye for now.